might have heard think positive, think positive, think positive. Our parents are saying that, other people, our friends, other families, they are saying think positive, everything will be okay. What does that think positive is? That is leading to positivism. What is positivism? Positivism is the combination of two Latin words, positive and ism. Positive and ism. The combination of two Latin words becomes positivism. What does that mean? In the positive, which means the facts, the factual things, which is certain, and ism means the belief system. For example, Hinduism, Hindu and ism, Hindu belief system. So something like positivism is positive and ism, the positive belief system, that I am certain that these facts will lead to this outcome. So that is what is positivism. Positivism comes from the Latin word positive and ism, positivism. Now, in positivism, as I mentioned, we talk about the facts, we talk about the certainty. So as an example, you are conducting a research on students and looking into how students' results are leading to a conclusion. So for example, you might say that the student result has been excellent. Now, the excellent in most of the universities, excellent is about 70%. So in your research, you can say, you can collect data from maybe 500, 600, 1,000 students, what was their result, and you analyze that data, and then you conclude that you are positive that this is the result and that is an excellent result. So that is positivism. Now, since I mentioned about the data, since I mentioned about the numbers, since I mentioned about the grades, which means positivism has quantitative statistical analysis. So when your belief system in your research philosophy is positivism, which is the branch of ontology where you can relate it with the realism, and then positivism, which will lead to quantitative, which is statistical data. Normally in epistemology, we talk about positivism and interpretivism and pragmatism. So positivism is related to quantitative study. So if you are thinking that you are going to analyze the data, which is either readily available or you might collect a primary data, and you are going to play around with the numbers to come up with an outcome, that is positivism, and that will lead to quantitative research. And that could be based on the axiology in research philosophy, that will be value free, where you are not adding your own value because you are just doing an experiment with the numbers, and numbers will tell you what will be the outcome. So that was positivism. So when you are thinking about your research objectives, and one of your research objective is leading to quantitative analysis, which means that your research philosophy would be, your ontological stance could be realism, your epistemological stance could be positivism, and your axiological stance could be value free. So it is possible that one of your research objective is leading to quantitative, but the other research objective might lead to qualitative research. So think about it when you are coming up with your research aim and objectives, where the objectives are leading, and you need to align your research philosophy with your research objectives. So what do you think? Write down in the comment box. If positivism is about quantitative data, which talks about certainty, which talks about the facts, which talks about the logic, not the personal opinion, not the belief, then what will be the interpretivism? So if positivism is about the facts, is about the numbers, is about the quantitative, then interpretivism, what will that be? Write down in the comment box and watch the next video.